All right, ladies and gentlemen, I would like to start this video thanking the good Lord that I ain't as stupid as some of these people on YouTube. No, or even forgive me, Lord, for saying they were stupid or idiots or whatever. But can this case, the Summer Wells case, the kolburger Idaho 4 case, can it get any more crazier? And I do believe that ancient alien scientists say, yes, it's going to get a lot more crazier. These people have lost their nuts. For one, the Summer Wells case. It's really sad that these people have turned it into a circus. It really is. The lies, the deception is phenomenal. It's just unbelievable. How could this be going on in our country? I have no idea. I just don't know. Now, what do I think's going on in the Summer Wells case? Well, I think everybody knows pretty much what the deal is. Either she's deceased or they sold her into a trafficking uh, business or whatever, whatever it may be. And here is the funny thing. A couple people have brought this up, and it makes sense. Why are we seeing all these people from England, right? All these accents and from England or London or whatever, where they've been having massive troubles with missing kids for centuries, right? In London, in England. They've been having troubles for many, many years. It was kept on the down low, right? But we've noticed these people are getting involved in American problems. And it's just making a lot of people wonder, what is going on? With the kids and everything. I don't know. We're seeing a lot of stuff going on. Is it grooming? Have these people been grooming and they're sending these kids to London or England or whatever? Possibly. Very well possible, right? I don't know, but is it possible? If someone said, is it possible that they're doing that? It's possible. Right, then that brings up the whole thing with the vampires and all this witchery, some, old Harry Potter cloak and dagger stuff. It's just unbelievable. Now the Kolburger case, right? Did he work alone? Well, folks, if it's everything that the government has said, that we got a problem in America with nut jobs and these cults. Some of these people it ain't even biblical cults. It ain't even church cults. They have cults for these people that they're killers, right? They're killer cults. They're nut jobs, rapist cults, whatever. And I just can't believe it's happening. I can't believe the government's allowing this to happen. It's a slap in the face to American society. Uh, and it is it's just a joke. You don't know what to believe. You got Candace Bly, which she's got 7 kids. They're all named Candace. Folks, when did women start naming their children, their daughters, after their mothers? It don't work they usually don't do that. It's the man that names, like if the man has a son, they name the firstborn after the father, right? Oh, look I got a hawk or an eagle up there flying around. And we're seeing this in the Candace Black. How many kids are named? She got 7. How many of them are named Candace, which is phenomenal. What are we dealing with? I don't know. It's got to be some witchery stuff, sorcery, devil worship and stuff. How are these people not in prison? I have no idea. Even if it was an accident and little Summer Wells passed away, these folks are using it to make money, hoping they'll land a big movie deal, TV show, whatever, and make a lot of money. It's just horrible. Same thing with the Kolburger case, the Idaho 4 case. Did he have help? Did he not? Well, I'll tell you what the big thing in the Kolburger case is the time span between the murders and the first phone call to the police department. That's going to play a role in this case, right? There was just too much time that went by without anyone calling authorities, right? Something was fishy about that case. Everyone said, well, they were sleeping, this and that, and this and that. How do you know? It was a party house. I understand that. But here's the thing. If you cannot determine a party from a stone cold murder, people screaming out for help, right? Supposedly in these videos that were put out, you can hear people screaming and all this and that, which I already thought that video was debunked. When the case first came out, there was a video going around saying it was a ring bell, but that was debunked. It was some guy that made a video and used other people from another YouTube channel or whatever. Right? You just can't believe social media. We know we can't believe the devil. We know that. So I think they've just made what did they do? They're building a mystery, folks. That's what they're doing. They're corrupting a case. They're putting all this out because we got them, right? They know it. Everyone knows it. Here's the thing: is do I think that these people have gone away for this stuff, been already locked up for it, but in order to save their lives, the police have written it up as a different charge? Maybe. I don't know. What it's turned into a zoo. You can't believe anybody. Everything is for money. Everybody is right. This whole here's the thing. Don Wells and Candace, well, and we've seen this in other cases, they blame cartels or secret societies. And we've seen this in the Delphi case. They blamed a whole bunch of other organizations. If the cartels, the mafia, whatever these folks are saying it was, drug cartels, whatever, if they weren't trying to kill these people, they surely are now, that these people blamed these cartels for it. And I find it hard to believe that it was a cartel, because usually cartels operate is they don't leave any witnesses. That's their whole thing. When they make a statement, they make sure it's a big statement and people notice it, right? They would have killed everybody. So what do I think's going on? I don't know. I think these folks have been dabbling. They sold their souls to the devil. There ain't no way around it. These people should be locked up. They should be suspects. And they're not. Now, I'm not saying Candace Wells and Don Wells did anything. But it's their past history that has led people to believe that something happened. Whether it be a family member or whatever, they covered it up. You lie for your family. You cover it up, and that's where I think they made the mistake. And they sold their souls to the devil, folks. There ain't nobody, nothing. It's a bunch of witchery, sorcery stuff, if you ask me, cloak and dagger crap. And the only one that really suffered is Summer Wells and the girls that were killed in Delphi, and the Idaho 4 people that died, right? But here is the big kicker, is this all could have been prefabricated, people. Meaning it was a movie. It's YouTube, social media, entertainment. Excuse me, my weather radio's going off. So we don't know what really is going on in these crime cases. It's just horrible. It's just horrible. This variability, normally more noticeable at greater distances from the transmitter, will occur even though you are using a good quality receiver in perfect working. Excuse me, I had to shut that weather radio off. So, you know what? Ain't none of my business, but am I believing anything that's going on in them 2 cases, them 3 cases? No. Delphi, Summer Wells, and now the kolburger. Oh, all these cases. Kylie Rodney case. Gabby Petito case. Well, Gabby Petito wasn't that bad, right? Gabby Petito's case was pretty good. We didn't have this madness. But the Summer Wells case, the Delphi case, and now the kolburger case, which the MOs of this madness is so similar. It's unbelievable. Now, like I said, folks, it might be just a movie production agency, whatever, trying to make a movie, trying to sway the people. They might be being paid to corrupt the case as much as they can before it goes into court, before anybody's caught. What are they doing? They're creating a mystery. They're diverting people away from the truth. So I find that them 3 cases, there's some similarity, and the creators behind them, the YouTube channels behind these stories, they're all connected, right? We had, wasn't Anthony Greeno or one of them guys working in the Delphi case with some other guy, they called the bloke or whatever, some dude from England or London. Now we're seeing another dude in the Summer Wells case from England or London or whatever. And we are starting to see a lot of these people in other channels that are now from London, England. Now, whether either they're there to let us know that they also have a problem in London or England or wherever. That's been going on for centuries, folks. Centuries. Curse, whatever you want to call it. Or is it actually true what some of these creators are saying, that there's a connection there, and that's they're trafficking these kids? Is it possible? I don't know. It could be possible. It might just be these YouTube creators are connecting dots that ain't adding up. That's possible too. But I find it just nuts. Complete nuts of what's going on, right? And somebody explained to me, when did women start naming their daughters after them? I don't know. I thought that was usually a man thing. Usually the man names the firstborn son after him. The women, I don't know. Maybe in ancient times they did that, but I don't know. I think these people got themselves into something they shouldn't have been doing. They were dabbling in something very evil. Whether it be the sex trade, drug trade, religion trade, whatever it may be. I really don't know. But I find it appalling and just disgusting. Uh, just, just flat out disgusting what they've done. And this will continue, folks, if nobody does anything about it. They will continue to rape and pillage America. And, I think there is a connection there with what is going on. There's a lot of people saying this is not England. This is not London. This is the United States of America. And we're starting to see a lot of that crap come over here. A lot of people under spells, whatever it may be, getting attacked by something. It might be. Heck, they might have hit it right on the button. And they are trafficking these kids to London or whatever. Or maybe London or England has brought this curse to our country. Who knows? Who the heck knows? I don't know. There's a connection there. What's going on with it? I don't know. Who's the main brain behind all this? Who's making the money? Some people are saying it's the BBC, right? That is supporting some of these people. I don't know if it's the BBC, although the BBC has been broadcasting, right? That's a long, I think the BBC came from England or London or whatever originally. I think some American bought it now, I think, or I'm not sure. But is it possible that this is just madness that they're creating? And it ain't even what it is. It happened something totally different. And these people created this madness. Now, is it a cover-up? That's the main question. How deep does it go, right? If the police are involved or not. Some people are saying the police that are involved in the Summer Wells case are related to Don Wells or whatever. I don't know. Who knows? Right there, when you get so far down in the South, they're pretty much all related, folks. From what we can tell, from what other YouTube videos we watch on YouTube, history. So what's going on? I have no idea. I find it, though, appalling. I do believe that there are money backers that are backing these channels to create this diversion or madness. And that's what big money does, right? Big money will sway the story to a different person or a different area, distracted from the truth. So I think we all know what happened to little Summer. Now, a lot of people are saying, boy, ain't you folks going to feel bad if Summer was kidnapped and was... No, I'm not going to feel bad. Right? Why would I feel bad that she was kidnapped? Right? Why would I feel bad? I'm not going to feel bad. Has nothing to do with me, you idiots. Right? I mean, sure, I'm going to feel bad, but it has nothing to do with me. So why would I care? A matter of fact, I could say it has nothing to do with it. It ain't my kin. It ain't my folk. It ain't my child. It ain't, it ain't my problem. And a lot of Americans are starting to do that. We're starting to wake up and we're starting to say, you know what? We don't give a crap about your people's problems. Put your big boy pants on and get over it or whatever. And they just don't care about it, because when you do invest your time into a case and your heart and soul into a case, and it turns out to be a scam, right? Or these people sold their daughter, or CPS took them and they created this whole story to cover up that they're just bad parents and they're scammers. Same thing with the kolburger Idaho 4 case, right? Did you guys see that bird? Did you see that? It was a big hawk. That's the bottom line. Same thing with the kolburger Idaho 4 case. People are missing to see that there was such a big time gap before any authorities were called. The rumors of drugs, the rumors of sex, jealous people in the Idaho 4 case, and Brian Kohlberger's sister was in the movie business. So was this a movie that went bad? Meaning it was a movie designed for social media, YouTube, whatever it is. And Brian Kohlberger will go free and people will be sued and all this and that. Who knows? Who cares? Right? That's the problem with our country, folks, is these folks are now using our justice system as a tool to make money, right? I think some of these people hit it right on the button. These folks have been dabbling in very bad things, and it was payback. Right? The Lord came and did, who knows? I don't know. But boy, did they turn it into a circus. And everything is a racket, folks. Everything. Everything is a racket. It's a scam. It's there to design wreck. It's the devil. Deceiving everybody. It's just horrible what happened. You know what? And what got me was the whole Don Wells thing when he was 12 years old or 10 years old. He had a dirt bike and he was with a 7-year-old girl or whatever, had a girlfriend, or he was 12 and she was 7 or whatever, or 8. Who gave a crap in that case? At that point, I was like, what point does that have to do with summer missing? Okay, every guy at 12, 13, 14 years old, 15 years old started getting, if you were a straight man, attracted to the opposite sex. You were curious, right? That wasn't a shocker in that, right? Because we'd have to lock up half of the America, folks. We'd have to lock up your grandparents, right? How many grandparents in America or whatever dated at young ages, 13, got married, 13, 14, 12, 11 years old, whatever, right? We'd have to lock up half of America and a whole generation. So it's just nuts, complete nuts. And I do agree with some of these YouTubers. It ain't 1950 no more, where, the age to marry a woman was 13, right? 13 years old. It's not 1930. It's not 1950. It's 2023, right? So I don't know. It's gotten out of hand. I can't believe YouTube let this happen, but YouTube is making money off of Summer Wells, off of Gabby and Libby, off of Gabby Petito, off of Kylie Rodney case. So many cases. YouTube's making money. So are they going to shut it down? No, they're making money. In return, the creators that are making these videos and are making money, even though they know it's illegal, even though they know that they're diverting people away from the truth. And the truth is It's a zoo. It's a complete madhouse. In order to bring some kind of justice or some kind of peace or security in our country, you got to deal with this zoo. Do I think Kolburger worked alone? Probably not. He probably used people and they didn't even know they were being used. That's how Kolburger was very devious. Smart? No. Devious? Yes. He probably used people and they didn't even know they were being used. He probably had intel from the police and the police had no clue, right? That he was actually using the police. He was probably even using his school and these people didn't even know. Smart, book smart, smart, no. Smart, being devious, evil, probably. There was a whole thing there in the Kolburger case. The time span between the call from the murder until the police were contacted, the people that were called before the police, that's going to play a big factor in this case. And they're all suspects still on this channel. All the food truck guys, all the people that were in the food truck video, they're all suspects still, folks. Now, Brian Kolburger could have been a posse, but here's the thing. Brian Kolburger would have known the person that set him up. Why? Because Brian Kolburger's knife was used. So therefore, somebody had access to either Brian Kolburger's apartment or Brian Kolburger sold the knife to somebody or somebody borrowed it. Either way it goes, or he sold it to somebody and Brian Kolburger's DNA was still on the knife. But Brian Kolburger would have known the person that he sold the knife to or borrowed it if that was the case. He would have given it. He wouldn't be in jail right now. He would have gave the people up. And if anything, he would have been on witness protection and they would have been moving. You wouldn't have seen him on social media. You wouldn't see nothing on him. They'd have him in witness protection. And with the Summer Wells case, it's still an ongoing case, folks. And like I said before, these folks might have been used and used. So I think we all know what happened, that these children were sacrificed. They were sacrificed to these people's either gods, demons, sicknesses, addictions, whatever it may be. The FBI ain't doing searches for Summer Wells. There ain't no search teams out there looking for her. There's more scams going on with the Summer Wells case than anything. And then you look at these YouTubers and you're like, good God Almighty, these people's records themselves explain everything. It's a racket, a scam, which most of these people probably on YouTube, if you've done jail time and you've been within the system, you probably already know each other within the jail system or gangs or prison or whatever. And a lot of these folks have done serious time in prisons, folks. Not a weekend in jail for being drunk. You know, not a week sitting in lockup or something at at a small town prison or jail or whatever. These people have done prison time. It's all a racket, folks. I wouldn't doubt if this racket came from within the prison walls. And they're just exploiting children and people, and YouTube is just a front. It's just a front for their illegal activities, whatever it may be. But who suffered the most? The children that have been lost. Maybe even the families. Maybe Candace Wells. And maybe Candace Wells now is thinking, this has gone too far. This has gone too far. Maybe these folks let a little white lie turn into people are dying now because they turned this into some kind of a cartel thing. It was the Mexican mafia. It was this. It was, we've seen that in the Delphi case. It was the biker gangs. It was all these organizations that some of these YouTube idiots were talking about, right? I don't know. I can tell you this much. It turned into a zoo. They used fame, fortune, money to sway people's thoughts. And that is corruption at its best. When you taint a case before it even goes into court, when you make it so pronounced amongst the world, well, it's hard to find anyone to sit on a trial and convict these people. Thus far, the case has been tainted. You'll never be able to get a fair trial. You can't try the case. You can't, you got to take it to another country. But on social media, everyone has seen it. So therefore, it's been corrupted, folks. That was their plan from the get-go. The more deceit you put out there to cover things up, the more it gets bigger and bigger and bigger until the family members of these dead people, these kids go, this has turned into hell. It has. It's turned into hell for these folks. A lot worse than it would have been if they just would have went to the news channels. Right? That's what I've been telling people. Listen, real life people, you lose a family member, someone dies, you don't get on social media. You call a news channel, right? You call a newspaper to get your story out, to get help, right? You call it, you don't go to YouTubers. I mean, I've never seen that, but I've only been on YouTube for 12 years. So they did things differently back in the day when I was growing up. We didn't have social media, cell phones. If something happened to your family member or they were missing, you went to the police. You called the FBI. You called the news channels. They don't do that today. It's a different time. I can tell you what, they've really screwed up the cases. I actually think it's demonic. It's unbelievable. Got way out of hand, and I do believe these children are the only ones suffering in the families of these people. Some of them, like Gabby Petito, Kylie Rodney, Monkey Vaughn. These people are suffering. Their families are suffering. Why are we seeing this in our country? Folks, if you If you haven't figured it out by now, why this is happening in our country, why are the laws the way they are? Why are we not safe no more to go to school? It's not 1980 no more. It's not 1970 or 60s where you just didn't have this kind of crap, right? When I was in high school, the worst thing that would happen was maybe a fight with your fist. There was no guns. There was no knives. You fought with your fist. That was the big thing in our high school, right? No guns, no madness. You settled it like men with your fist. But today everything's guns, knives, rapes. I don't even think there was a rape in my school, right? Not in a school. Today, these teenage girls and whatever, they're getting raped in school. It's just unreal. So I think what we are seeing on YouTube with these cases is complete madness, right? Little white lies that have been blown up into giant, massive cover ups. Possibly they all belong to the same crew, the same trafficker crew, the same drug cartel, whatever it may be. And they're all making money off of it. Maybe they just jumped on the bandwagon. They're using these children as a sacrifice. Now I'm starting to look at it that way. Is we got some demonic stuff going on, right? These people are. There's some demonic stuff going on. And the only thing that scares me is the extremes that we will have to go through to get rid of this madness. It's almost like history repeats itself, right? The old crusades, the old witch hunts, sorcerer and vampire hunts and everything, which a lot of people are like, nah, that's old stuff. They don't know it really happened, folks. But that's what they believed in ancient times. And do I see us going back to that? I very soon will actually be burning people at the stake and putting stakes in their hearts and stuff. So yeah, if people continue, and that might have been how they did this, was a mass psychosis, a mass brainwashing of it's not real. Witches, demons, monsters, evil is not real, right? Magic and all that, it's not real. And they let it go on for so long, believing that it's not real. And all along it was real. And now here we're sitting, and the devil has pulled his magic and witchery and sorcery and all this stuff. And who's suffering? Always the citizens. Right? It's always the citizens or the kids, or it's just madness. You got a problem, America. You got a serious problem. No way around it. You know it. I know it. The world knows it. What are you going to do? Right? Are they going to allow this madness to go? We got these people on YouTube. I'm ex-FBI. I'm ex-whatever. FBI, CIA, whatever. No, ex-police, nothing's getting done. Them themselves have implicated themselves in the case. Right? You're calling all over the place trying to find out what branch of government these people work for, and every branch keeps telling you, we have no connection with them people. They might have worked for us many years ago, but we have nothing to do with them now, and they are not who they say they are. So therefore, the police, the ex-police, the ex-FBI, And whatever branches these guys are claiming to come from, them branches themselves are saying that they have no connection with these people. And this is madness. I can agree on that. It's madness. I would have to say it is. Witchery, sorcery, it might be everything that some of these professionals have been saying. Pure evil, maybe. I don't know, folks. That's why I don't hang around with people like that. I don't get involved with people like that. I don't pray to the devil. I don't give no power to the devil. I'm a sinner, right? But baby crap sin, right? Stuff even the devil was like, that's baby crap. That ain't gonna get you to hell. It's a baby sin. But ain't it like everything? A little white lie turns into a massive cover-up, a massive scam, a racket, a Bernie Madoff scam or whatever. And that's what we're seeing here on YouTube. It's almost like a Madoff scam, Potsy scam, a pyramid scheme or something. I don't know. It's horrible what's happened to these children and the family members that were involved in this. It's just horrible. My heart goes out to my condolences to the families that these people used and made money and continue to make money, not by donations because their channels are good, but because they're exploiting children, even adults, even photos. Like there's a lot of women complaining now that some of these YouTube idiots have taken photos and put them out on the internet. Excuse me. Made money off of them and everything. I don't know. It's like the mafia said. Everything is a racket. Everything's a scam. Right? So these people have lost their minds. There's so many scams going on right now. Like Johnson is talking, child support scams going on right now. People abandoning their kids and stuff like that. Well, see, just don't know the whole story. Most of these men walked away because the women were drug women. They were messed up into meth, heroin, pills. They couldn't get clean. So the man walked away. Didn't want nothing to do with it. No problem with that. See, these people don't know the whole story behind some of these people or the situation that they were in. And we're finding a lot of this child support scams going on. People coming into the chat. So you owe child support, but nobody's knocking on your door. No lawyers are calling you. You got nothing in the mail. You got, right? It's a scam, folks. Like the mafia said, everything is a racket. Even children. It's a racket. Fake child support. You know how many women have scammed men and them themselves were in cahoots with the real father, and they were scamming people. It's horrifying to think that we live in a country where now we have to go back and look at all these DNA tests on all these child cases. And why? Because it was rigged. It was corrupted. The truth finally came out. These people were being scammed. Everyone is. We're all paying for kids that ain't even ours. They're not even ours. You know, I would have had no troubles with it if they would have said, hey, this kid don't have a father. Can you contribute so much money to him? Yeah, or help out a little bit. He's not your problem. It's not your blood. But we're just having a month's amount of children with no family, no fathers, no. Can you help out? Well, sure. But not when you come to me and you say, I got 900 kids and I've only been with 5 women my whole life. Oh, wait, 6 or 7 women my whole life. It's nuts. They're nuts. It's a scam, a racket. Everything is. And they're using Summer Wells, Abby and Libby, and so many other women and men that are dead as tools to make money. And it's just horrifying. It's just, a lot of people have died. Why? Because they weren't who they said they were. After they did the connecting the dots, right? They weren't government. They weren't people that had kids with them people, right? It was a scam, folks. That's why them people ain't around no more. It's a racket. That's why. And I imagine there's going to be a lot more coming up missing. Why? Because either these family members in these cases were wrapped up into bad stuff and they got payback from the organizations that they belong to, or the gangs, or the secret organizations or clubs or biker club, whatever it may be. Somehow these people might have brought it on themselves, maybe. Right? I don't know. I guess some idiot in here, Stinky Johnson, saying I've been abandoning my kids. I know exactly where my kids are. I know. But this idiots. This is why people are coming up missing, folks. It is. People are like, aren't you shocked? No. This is what they did back in the day. Right? When you started messing around in people's lives and with their children and trying to scam them, what happened to them people? They came up missing. Why? Because they were prying into people's lives, scamming them, creating commotion, havoc, a racket, a scam, whatever it may be. Unbelievable. I'm shocked that people don't understand. This is why things are happening the way they are on Earth and in our country right now, is because everything is a scam, folks. I'd come out and made videos. If you got a kid by me, come forward. Right? Nobody. Except for the women that I know that claimed I had a kid, which I know about. It's just madness. Like I said, folks, listen to the mafia. I do not back the mafia with everything they say or do. But do I believe when some of these mafia guys say it's a racket, Johnny? Everything is a scam. If they don't like you, they'll railroad you. You'll have thousands of kids. You'll be the leader of some cult. They'll make it into something that it's not. And that's what I think we're seeing in some of these cases with the Kolburger, Summer Wells, and so many other cases, is something that it's not. I don't know. Why do we have to deal with this? Even on YouTube, it's just unbelievable. Trolls. These are people that don't have accounts. They do have YouTube accounts, but they got no content. Their job is to strictly attack you and your channel and try and destroy it and try and scam you out as much money as they can. And they themselves, the trolls, work for somebody. Somebody is paying these people to attack our channels and come up with all kinds of I'm abandoning my child now. I haven't been, now I have another kid. I haven't been with a woman in 12 years. Now I have another kid popping up. And this has been taken to Congress, Senate, and it has proved exactly what I've been saying all along, is it's too far gone, folks. And this is why things are happening the way they are on Earth. I don't know. Now, you folks have a great day. Make sure you check out my crime channel thoughts on some of these cases. Gabby Petito and all these cases. I've got a lot. And they might have been stolen. Somebody might have took them. I don't know, but they're out there. Something happened to Summer Wells. She didn't disappear on her own. So, and something happened to them 4 people inside that house in Idaho 4 case. They didn't kill themselves, right? The evidence would have shown that. What do I think it was? I don't know. It could have been some doomsday cult thing where they all were jumping on the next asteroid that came through, right? Who knows? Madness. All right, you folks have a great day. I will be back with more stuff on the Kolburger case. Do I think he worked alone? Probably not. Probably not. He had connections in that area. He knew some of these kids. He went to school with some, right? I don't know. Probably he probably had some assistance, but them people might not even have known that they were being used. I don't know. It'll be interesting to see. You folks have a great. God bless everyone. Keep an eye on the weather.